Oh, how you doing? I'm so confused. At first I was gonna make this video about my lovely vision board that I have spent the past like 2 weeks working on, but I think it's gonna be a little more than that. We're gonna get real. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Nina and today we are going to be talking about something that no one's really talking about, I guess, and has been my inspiration recently. New motivations and endeavors kind of have come from feelings of like stress and pressure due to the fact that I did just graduate college in a time where it's probably one of the worst times to possibly graduate college and go out into the job market. I just kind of wanted to talk about how I lost all motivation, how I got so discouraged, and how I'm kind of working through all of that, finding ways to be more excited about the future. We have a choice to either kind of let the circumstances beat us down or to use this time as a way to discover what we love to do and what actually matters. Because I feel like we've been faced with a lot of bigger picture moments where we've had to find perspective recently, and the last thing you want to think about is my resume good enough? How am I going to gain experience when there are no job opportunities anywhere? No one's hiring, everything is remote, and this is I'm just gonna tell you guys how I have been able to set goals and how I've been able to kind of change my mindset and get excited. I have been prompted to revamp my channel and to research and learn and try new things. Definitely gonna have a lot of failures, but it's almost like I'm excited for it. So in this video, I'm just gonna share my experience, show you how I have set goals. I'll show you my vision board, tell you about kind of the ways that I've been able to find motivation and looking forward and not letting yourself get too caught up in losing the inspiration within yourself. So yeah, we're gonna get real. Because like right now, for me, life is not about doing quarantine workouts and baking banana bread. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna shut up now so that I can get on with the video. So, as many of you may have noticed, I kind of went through a, revamp of my channel. I did a lot of research on how to kind of overall level up, per se, my channel, my editing, everything. I've been working really hard at making it better. And so I have new thumbnails, got this new camera, which has changed everything because I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, the quality is so much better now. It really kind of made me think about why I even made this channel in the first place and what was my goals and what was my purpose and what content do I want to create. I realized I actually am pretty good at understanding the whole digital marketing side of things because I was an English major, but I was also a marketing minor, and I had taken social media marketing, digital marketing. I had run successful ad campaigns through my class, running real ads with real money, and I had a lot of hands-on experience with that, and it was really fun, and that kind of helped me understand YouTube more and how the algorithm works and kind of the strategies behind that. And also I watched a ton of videos from this one channel. It used to be called The Content Bug, but now it's called Catherine Manning. So if you're an upcoming YouTuber, go check out her channel. I cannot stress enough how helpful it was. And yeah, so within all of this, I'm like, okay, when I started this channel, I did not think it was gonna be a real thing. I pretty much just started it so I could make videos from my study abroad experience for my family to watch where they're all in one place. Back then I wasn't doing it as a, job. I was doing it more for fun. And then when I got back, I was just, you know, getting caught up on uploading all the videos. And one day, my first video that I ever posted, which is, first of all, poorly edited. The audio is horrible. There's music in the background that is so annoying. And for some reason, YouTube decided to suggest that video, and it's up to like 250,000 views now. But that's literally the only reason I'm here still, is because that video grew my channel. That video got me monetized and showed me that I was like, okay, I can either just kind of post the last SAS videos and be done with it, or I can try to make something of this. Because when I was on the voyage, I was doing it for fun, and I loved vlogging, and like I loved editing videos, I loved doing all of that stuff. So that played a lot into my new motivation, I would say. But, and this is where the whole video came to be, is during quarantine, I literally had nothing to do. I had no responsibilities besides going to my Zoom classes, and I barely even did that because I could not find the motivation. And it's a miracle that I even graduated, to be honest, because by the last week, it took me like 8 days to write my final paper, and it usually only takes me like 2 days. Once I graduated, it was like, what now? I allowed myself some time to relax. I was like, I was planning on getting an internship this summer, and then I just had a lot of plans that were just out the door. The pressure is like 10 times worse now because, you know, I have no idea the whole thing with student loans, but I gotta start paying those soon. I don't know if they're gonna extend the grace period because of, you know, which is weird because we cannot say, I don't even know if we can say the, oh god. But YouTube has been demonetizing videos that talk about said pandemic, which is ridiculous. Anyways, besides the point, it's just been a real struggle, and for the first couple weeks after graduation, I could barely do anything. I couldn't really get out of bed. I didn't really want to, but like I just had no motivation, and I didn't even know where to start. I have always been very nervous about applying for jobs and thinking that I was qualified enough for them, and if I was given the job, was I going to be good enough to do it well? I had always avoided at all costs real life careers. And the second thing is, half the stuff I was applying for I didn't even want to do for my job. I need more creativity, more freedom, more, I don't know. But I was like, well, I was thinking the first thing, I was like, I have all this time, and the one thing that I can do remotely is YouTube. And if I put all of my time and effort into it, I could just see what happens. Being a 2020 college grad sucks. And I know we've been kind of forced to put everything into perspective, and that's honestly all I've been trying to do, and I've gotten to a point where I've accepted everything that has happened, and I do think good things have come out of the pause, and I think good conversations are being had, and I do think there's good things coming from it now. But it doesn't mean we have to feel like now that everybody has all the time in the world, everyone feels like there's no excuse. There's no excuse not to work hard, do this, do that. But it's okay to have that kind of post-grad depression. We had no closure, you know? Like, there was no closure at the end. We don't really get to enjoy our accomplishments. It's like an end of an era of school. After this, I'm not gonna say most people, but some people will never go to school again. The first time in your life, you have no idea what you're doing. Equally exciting and terrifying. It's the unknown, but now it's trying to look at it from the perspective of like, okay, I have this blank slate and now it's time to see what I can do. So my first thing in this video, I don't even know what I'm gonna title this video, is that if you watching this video are stuck and you don't have motivation, but you're feeling stressed and pressure and anxiety to do something, you have to get a job, there's nothing you're looking forward to, my first piece of advice, I would say, is to just kind of think about what you can learn. Because the first step in me choosing this path to pursue YouTube and maybe soon also pursuing a job in marketing or digital marketing or content creation or something. The first thing is to learn, kind of do your research. This is your time to discover what you like and what you think you could be good at. And so my first thing was I watched a ton of videos about all this marketing stuff that I'm not gonna go into, and it's so hard to get motivated because it feels so big. But if you just take it one step at a time, the first step is just doing some research, watching people tell their experience about maybe whatever job, field, whatever goal you want to achieve. It's all about creating that. You create your own happiness and you get to choose what you want to do with your life, essentially. And for me, right now, YouTube is more like an unpaid internship because I don't really make any money on here right now. I'm making like under $100 a month. And in the fall, I know that I'm gonna have to like start paying some loans, so I'm gonna hustle and I'm gonna find probably any job to make money. What I'm getting at is that if you have to work some kind of job you don't want to work in order to make your dream a reality, do it. This is the time for us to hustle. This is the time for us to work really, really hard because I know that it's not going to be easy to be successful. It's just not going to be easy. It takes work, experience, time. Time is the most important thing because I feel like people think I should be here by now. I should have had a job lined up already. I should have had this amount of money. But honestly, as long as you are working towards something, that's more important than where you're gonna end up. You're gonna be thankful that you worked really, really hard to get to where you are, even to where you are now, you know? So we've got do your research, learn, work hard, hustle. And now I'm gonna talk about kind of like my vision board. So I've been working on my board for a couple weeks now, and I put a lot of thought into it. I brainstormed, I just searched ideas, different people's videos of how they did it, and I decided to just kind of do it my own way. I felt like a lot of the videos on YouTube are very material based vision boards, and it's okay to have like a few kind of material things, but for me it didn't really sit right because it was more like, once I get this, I'll be happy. Once I get this, I'll be successful. So basically the board that I used for my vision board is this big cork board that I've always had, and I had to take everything off of it first, and some stuff had been on there for like probably like 10 years, and so I have like a montage of me taking all of it off. There's concert tickets, movie tickets, pictures, random stuff I just put on there. But you don't need a cork board. You can get a smaller one, you can get a poster board, you can make it however you want to make it. But mine was made on this board right here. And when it was all clean, then I was ready to start my board. This is where it comes to setting goals and finding the motivation to keep them in the forefront of your mind. For me, I had to kind of categorize them. So the first step in making a vision board or setting goals, I liked to make a mind map, like maybe a bunch of circles and just like arrows coming off, building off them like a big tree, spider web thing, and seeing how some of them can connect to each other. I came up with 3 main things that I wanted on my board. And the first one was goals. What I learned in marketing is they're called SMART goals, basically. So the acronym is SMART. So the first one is specific, and that means you state what you want to do and you use like action words. I will grow my YouTube community by these ways. You just need to have the very basic goal. The only metaphor I can come up with is poetry, being concise but have a lot of meaning. Sorry, that's the English major in me coming out. Okay, so the second letter is M. Something we forget a lot, but it's measurable. This is making sure you can measure your progress on this goal. Sometimes if you're too vague, you can't really measure if you are reaching this goal. Just make sure you have a way to measure your progress. The third one is achievable. And this is kind of relative, but it's okay to have some like long shot goals or like goals that you think, I don't really know if I can do that, but I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna make $1 million by next year. That's a little crazy. Maybe in the future, like way down the line, I'll have $1 million, but something that's relatively attainable. On my board, for an example, I have a silver play button, which means it's the award you get for 100,000 subscribers. And I am nowhere near 100,000 subscribers, but that goal is not impossible to have. And when you're making a vision board, you don't have to reach all your goals in 1 year. I definitely have some longer term goals, but just making sure that they're not like too far out there. Then we have R, relevant. Something that's reasonable, realistic to your end goal, I would say. Something you come back to and it's still something you want to achieve. Like for me, my new tagline that I have created, well, it's on my website and it's kind of what I want my brand to be, and it's create happiness. It's brief, it's short, and I can come back to it every time I'm trying to make a decision or if I'm thinking about my goals. And if I go back to it, I ask myself, am I still being true to this tagline of creating happiness? Am I creating happiness for me, for other people, in my work, everything? And if the answer is yes, then I am staying relevant to my end goal and overall moral compass. And our last one is time bound. And this one is kind of loose because there's definitely things on my goals list that I want to do in the next 6 months. There's some things I want to do in the next year, but there's also other things that I'm probably going to take at least 5 years. It's all about making sure that you're not putting yourself too much on a time-bound goal, but it's important to have time-bound goals because it motivates you to work harder towards them, I feel like. I'm the kind of person that needs that. Ugh, I have the worst like willpower, self-discipline ever. I don't push myself that much. So when I have a time commitment, that's why when I'm writing essays, I like wait till the last 2 days, because I always say if you wait till the last minute, it only takes a minute. I need time boundaries or else I won't get things done in the time that I want to, if that makes sense. You just want to try to complete your goals in a timely manner to like line up with your overall end game, your dream job, your dream life, whatever it is. So that's enough of the SMART goals. You get the picture. Then I started learning about the law of attraction and manifesting like the things that you want, that kind of stuff. I'm like, that's interesting, and that has a lot to do with the vision board. The fact that if you see your goals every day and like kind of visual representations of where you want to be, how you want to feel, I don't know, you're more likely to be motivated to keep going and to achieve those. And so the second thing for my dream board, the first thing was goals, and I went through the SMART goals, and then the second thing I have is how I want to feel when I accomplish those goals. For me, it was more manifesting those kind of feelings rather than the material things. Like rather than manifesting my dream home or my dream car, what was important to me is how I would feel, because if you don't feel fulfilled, you're still going to be reaching for something that you can't get. The words that I came up with for my board, I came up with some big ones. Like I'll go through my whole board and like the pictures that are on them later, but the words that I came up with, I have like a goals section. So in that section I have motivated, successful, I have like an adventure section, and I had confidence. I have like a long-term goal section, and on there I had creative and proud. So those are my big things. I really want to feel proud. I always want to stay motivated. I want to work on confidence a lot because everybody knows confidence is a hard one. So I'm not gonna get, that's another video we gotta go into. I spent a lot of time thinking about this and thinking about the words because I think those are more important than just the cute pictures that I put up there. And then the third thing on my board is the aesthetics, the pictures, the visual representation of things that I want to motivate me. When making your vision board, a really, really good website that I found through my digital marketing class is called Unsplash, and it has so many photos, like thousands and thousands of photos from photographers that are free to download and kind of like copyright free, but it does give you like the name of the photographer and you can give them credit and everything, so I love that. So I use that website all the time when I need pictures for either my website or my blog or anything like that. We'll go more into all the pictures on my board and how I kind of organized it. I actually have some clips of me doing it, but I decided my centerpiece of my board was gonna be my tagline, create happiness. In the middle, right in the middle, really big, and I spent so long like trying to learn calligraphy to like do them pretty. It took me so long, and then it was super late when I put it up there, and I realized after I did like the pan for my B-roll that I had put the letters in all the wrong order. It was so funny. I was like, are you serious? I literally didn't see that I spelled both of the words wrong, and then I thought I fixed it, and then I ended up not. I didn't fix it the second time. I just was still wrong. Anyways, I finally got that up there. But you can use stickers. I only got 2 packs of cardstock pretty paper at Michael's, and I just kind of printed out the pictures and went to town. Okay, so this video is getting so long, I'm gonna show you my board. Yeah. Okay, here is my lovely board. It took me freaking forever to do, but I love it. So I have my tagline here, create happiness. If you want to come up with your tagline, my advice is it's basically just a brief phrase that kind of just simplifies all of your goals and your brand into a couple words, a sentence at the most. It's helpful in keeping you focused on the overall like end goal. So my first advice is to kind of categorize your pictures. So I have kind of like 4 corners. This side is goals. So I got my goal to have 10K subscribers, 10K Instagram followers. Like some of these are like gonna take way longer than a year, but that's okay. We got time. But I have motivated, and then here's a quote: create a life you love, doing what you love. And I love that. Thank you, Catherine Manning. My silver play button. I want to learn how to do Final Cut Pro. This is just kind of a joke, but you know, it was funny. I have some filler paper. Like you can see that there's some blank space on the board, but that is okay because you're gonna fill in all the spaces with goals that you come up with along the way. You're never done creating goals and achieving them. So I got good vibes only, and this is kind of like my adventure travel section. Obviously right now we can't travel, so this will be in the pretty far future, but for now this is what I kind of have going for me. I will be taking a road trip this year in west side of the US, so this is my route that I've planned out, just some road trip kind of pictures because I'm really excited about that. This is a very long away goal, but I want to hike part of the John Muir Trail at some point, or maybe the whole thing. I don't know. I just think it would be so cool. This is the Maldives, my #1 travel destination I want to go to. And then I have Fiji. Those are my 2 top ones that I want to go to. Filler paper. And then this is in Arizona. I really want to go to Arizona. And this is a girl walking on the John Muir Trail. Hopefully that'll be me someday. And then we are moving over to this side. We have confidence, and then we have these like yoga type of girls. Over the years I've had a hard time getting healthy, exercising regularly, like all of that, and so I was being careful with those kind of goals because those can be tough and kind of unrealistic. I decided I'm not gonna put a girl on here that has like 6-pack abs and is like stacked skinny models on here. Like that's not what I'm going for. I'm going for strong and healthy. I love yoga, so it would be really nice to do this crazy yoga move. Yeah, so it's more about that. Yeah, I have another yoga girl. She is doing a elbow stand, which I really want to do right there. But yeah, that's about kind of like the body goals type of thing. And then this girl with the camera, because I want to be better at taking pictures and videos and stuff like that. And then this says eat what makes you happy. Like this is like, you know, a mood board of kind of healthier food that I like and it makes me happy. And this section is about kind of like my passions, and this whole side is more like long-term goals. We've got this phrase. Comment down below if you know what this means. I'm gonna tell you. It means the best is yet to come, TBIYTC, and that's something that we have coined in our ministry department, and that's why I put this here, the best is yet to come. And I think this girl is so cute because she's just dancing on a pier, and I love dancing. That's how I'm trying to be. And then I have a rosary so I can stay connected to my faith and those goals. This is a white Jeep. I said I wasn't putting too many material things on here, but I really want a white Jeep eventually, and I want to buy it myself. So, and this is just kind of a beach house that, you know, maybe one day I'll have one. Okay, this is probably the most material thing, but I saw these on TikTok and I haven't stopped thinking about them, and I really want them, but they're $200 I think, and I'm not gonna buy them unless I have the money for that. So not gonna buy those yet. I got this girl with a guitar because I love playing guitar and I want to keep doing that. I have this coffee mug that says be strong. Got some more little pictures, photography, music. I love this, be proud of how hard you are working. And that kind of reminds us to be proud now, not later. Be proud along the way. Love that. proud. Pursuit. This is a word I want to talk about. So I chose the word pursuit because I was thinking pursuit kind of makes me think long-term life pursuits and just something that I'm gonna always pursue. And I'm always going to pursue working hard to do what I love. Yeah, and then I have this one thing that says, you are worthy of love. And that is something I am always working on, is pursuing the feeling of being worthy of everything that comes to me, all the things that I earn, or being worthy of love and self-love and all of that. That is a lifelong pursuit, I believe. Yeah, and my last little thing up here is my ideal workspace that I want. I would love to have a little desk like that to work on my stuff, and always keeping the creativity. So yeah, that is my whole board. It's kind of a lot, and there's still empty spaces, which I'm very excited about. And honestly, if you told me I was gonna make this video like right when quarantine began, I would just feel like, what? Because I was not thinking about any of this at all. I wasn't looking to make YouTube my life. I was incredibly discouraged about the future, but if you find goals you're excited to achieve, the motivation will just come naturally, and you'll want to be like me, like staying up all night to edit videos and research and learn more about how you can make your goals a reality, and it'll become something you want to do, something you love doing, something that doesn't feel like work, and that's what I'm hoping for. Not gonna lie though, I definitely get discouraged. I was sitting here like, what is the point of this? None of this seems possible, but in the end, like, if it makes you happy, you're gonna find a way. You're gonna find a way. You can do this. This is a sign to do what you've been waiting to do. If you want to pursue something, go for it full force, unapologetically. I'm just really fired up right now, and I hope that you are as well. If you just graduated college, I'm there with you, and I'm still trying to figure it out. Let's do it together. We're in this together. That's what they've been saying all this year, 2020. We're all in this together. We're all trying to find something better. I don't know how to end this video because I'm on such a high right now. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It costs $0 to do that. You know what else? It's completely free to subscribe to my channel because that would really help me out, and I love making videos, and if you want to make my dreams come true, you would be doing that. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Don't forget to create your own happiness, and I'll see you next time. Bye.